Now let's take a look at the case for value stocks over growth stocks. And for that, let's welcome in Dominick Tavella, founder, president, Diversified Private Wealth Advisors. Dominick, glad you're here because, everybody's saying now that value may be overvalued. Before we get to that, value versus growth, when you take a look at this week, are you concerned about anything, or are you seeing any trends?
Concern, no. If you look at the thing as a whole, as the markets as a whole, we've really gone about 6 weeks, Nicole, and we've been at the upper end of the trading range, the lower end, where we had the Nasdaq pull back about 8-9%, and the S&P pull back about 4 or 5% in the last 6 weeks, and now they pretty much all of them have started to retrace on the upper end, but we're really sitting in this very narrow 5% kind of trading range. So the market has kind of been in a flat area for a while now, and I think that's good. I think it's healthy. I think the markets are just reevaluating how fast and how sincere this recovery is, and overall I think it's a healthy market.
Yeah, so tell me now where you find the opportunity. I think you're looking at value, but internationally, right?
Yeah, Nicole, we came into this year and growth had done so spectacularly well last year, and all the reasons we've discussed in the past. And client portfolios are way overweighted. New clients coming in, we review their accounts, and they have all the FANG stocks still sitting there. They have large cap growth ETFs and mutual funds, and they really haven't done this process of readjusting their portfolios to where we are in the economy today. And clearly, all those companies that were closed down a year ago have done very well, and I believe will continue to do well. But in terms of opportunity, we're starting to look at the international investing opportunities, and I think that's the next area investors have to focus in, and particularly because most investors have either no or very little international exposure whatsoever.
Yeah, and you have one ETF in particular, FNDF, that you're looking at. Tell me a little bit about this particular one.
Sure. We added to this position about a week, 10 days ago, Nicole. And the thinking was, if you look at the vaccination here in this country and how quickly it took hold and helped the economy open up, that really hasn't gone that well overseas. Europe is behind us. South America is behind us. Africa particularly is behind where we are today. India, we know all the problems that are going on there. So they're in the process of doing this, but it just hasn't taken hold and has gone as well as it has here. But eventually it will. There'll be more vaccinations available, more people will get it. And as that happens, just like here, those economies will open up. Europe in particular, they're just opening the door to travel and tourism now. All those economies, all those companies will do well. I think there's a terrific buying opportunity for 3 and 6 months down the road. Get in early, wait it out. I think we'll be happy later on this year.
And what about here at home? Is there anything that sort of jumps out at you as far as sectors or putting money to work or sit in some cash?
So we just started raising a little cash. Again, we've had a pretty good month, but generally speaking, this is a period of time that the noise factor, earnings is pretty much out, company reporting info is pretty much out, data is pretty much quiet down. It's not unusual for the markets to take a little bit of a pullback. Again, I'm not predicting any major correction. I don't think we see any major drop in the markets, but would it shock me to see a 5% or so pullback? Wouldn't even surprise me at all. And that's a buying opportunity here. And then in terms of individual portfolios, again, we're seeing where individual clients are just way overweighted in the Apples and the Googles and the Amazons. And those are terrific companies, but you can't have all your eggs in that basket. Use this recovery in the NASDAQ to harvest a little profits, rotate the closed economy stocks from a year ago. They're still cheap compared to where they were 16, 18 months ago. Start to rotate your portfolio with this little recovery in the NASDAQ.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Dominick, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much. Dominick Tavella.
Thank you, Nicole. Have a great week.
Founder, President, Diversified Private Wealth Advisors. Thank you.